Colleen Ballinger just followed me on Twitter. I don't know what to do with my life. If you guys don't know who Colleen Ballinger is, she is the genius behind Miranda Sings, who I love so much. And yeah, I love her. And she fucking followed me on Twitter. I can't do this. Oh. Hola! I'm Eddie. I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. I hope you guys ate lots of food. I hope you guys ate lots of food. No, I hope you guys got to see your families and get together with people that you might not have seen in a while. That's what I love about the holidays and Thanksgiving. I, for one, just got a new job. And my first actual day of work was Thanksgiving. And I worked till 4, which is fine. I got back home and was just gonna get changed and go to my aunt's house because that's where we were having dinner. I ended up laying down on my bed and falling asleep and completely missing dinner. I woke up as my dad and my brother were coming back home. So yeah, that was bad. Oops. Ugh. I'm trying to grow a beard, and I've noticed, I was looking at beard pictures online, and I think that it's gonna be like a really ugly Shia LaBeouf beard, which is not happy for me. So I'm gonna write it out for 4 weeks, and right now this is 2 weeks, a little over 2 weeks. So I'm gonna write it out for 4 weeks and see how it looks at that point. And if you don't know what a Shia LaBeouf beard looks like, just look it up. It's pretty ratchet. But I don't know, maybe I'm just not meant to have a beard. I used to have a mustache, like, until after, like, right after high school, and then I shaved it. It's been years. But, memories. Yeah, so I'm just gonna wait the 4 weeks and then see what it looks like after 4 weeks. If I think it looks fine, then I'll keep it. If it looks like a Shia LaBeouf beard, then I'm gonna shave that shit off. So I wanted to talk a little bit about some music that I've been listening to. Past couple weeks have been like really good weeks for music. The One Direction CD came out and it's like really good. I wasn't expecting much from it because I really didn't like their last album, Midnight Memories, so I was kind of weary and I was just like, alright, let's give this a listen through. And I listened to it, it's like actually pretty damn good. My favorite songs are 18, Fool's Gold, Stockholm Syndrome, which is weird for a name for a song, and Clouds. I think my favorite out of those 4, like my all-time favorite from the CD, is Stockholm Syndrome, just because it's a great song. The Mockingjay soundtrack finally came out. I know I've talked about it in literally like every one of my videos, but it finally came out. It's really good. I'm really like proud of Lorde? I don't really know her. I don't know her at all. But yeah, I'm really proud of her. I mean, I think she's amazing. I say this all the time, but I think Lorde is freaking cool. Like, she's just turned 18 and she was in charge of making the soundtrack for one of the biggest movies of the year. Like, that's pretty damn freaking great for an 18-year-old. And, you know, she is damn talented. If you watch the American Music Awards, her performance was flawless. Like, she killed her song, Yellow Flicker Beat. So yeah, definitely give that album a listen through. One more album that I found it's an album called Ixora by a band called Copeland. And I don't really know much about this band. I kind of like their album just came out. So I downloaded it and gave it a listen through. And it's like really good music. My favorites on it are Have I Always Loved You, Erase, and Lavender. It's a pretty good CD. It's kind of, I don't really want to say this, but comparing it to music that I've listened to before, it kind of reminds me of like Lana Del Rey. It kind of has that feel to it, but I'm gonna take that back. Just listen to it. Because if you don't like Lana Del Rey, then you're just not gonna listen to it. But yeah, just give that a listen through. It's really good. I definitely recommend it. My favorite album of these past 2 weeks is an album called Talking Is Hard by Walk the Moon. It's a new band to me. I know they're probably not new, but it's a new band to me. I really like the sound of their music. A few favorite songs from their album are Sidekick, Shut Up and Dance, Avalanche, Portugal, and Aquaman. If I had to choose 5 favorites, those would be my 5 favorites. Definitely, I recommend listening to it. If you listen to one album that I talk about today, listen to that one, because it's pretty damn good. So I know a couple videos ago I talked about some gay movies that I've been watching. I watched one last night. No, I watched 2 last night. One of them was called Were the World Mine? And it had Tanner Cohen in it, which is an actor from the movie Getting Go that I talked about, which I still recommend highly. So I was just like, let's watch this. And it's really fucking weird. Like, it's one of the weirdest movies I've ever seen. It's about this kid that he's like one of the only gay kids at his school, so he gets tormented all the time. And they're doing like a musical or a play, Shakespeare, God knows what. And like him and his whole class get casted, and then he like reads the play and figures out how to make a potion and then squirts all the potion all over them and turns them all gay and makes them fall in love, but particularly one of them falls in love with him. I don't know, it's really weird. Then the play goes on, he turns them all back straight, and then the one that he wanted to love him came up and like kissed him after he was turned back. And so it's kind of romantic, but kind of just really fucking weird. I watched another movie last night. It was called Test. It takes place in 1985 when the blood test was just coming out to test for AIDS antibodies. And so it follows this, mainly just this one guy. He's a dancer and he's new to this like contemporary dance group. It just follows him, and it really goes through his emotions, feeling that he might have it, and it goes through like a couple one night stands where he's just like, where he thinks he might have this disease, this illness, this virus, and has these one night stands, and you kind of go through those emotions with him. And then he starts falling for this one guy, and they get together a couple times, and the guy ends up moving away, and before he moves away gives him a call that says, I tested positive. And before that, the main character had gotten tested. So he goes into the doctors and he actually tests negative. And one of his best friends from the dance group also got the test and test negative. And back then, like, the test was a big deal. Like, that was something that people were scared to do because they were scared to, end up on a, gays to stay away from list or something like that. It was definitely very emotional watching the characters go through that and the feelings that it takes to be a gay man in the 80s and have those tests taken, and the issue with like condoms. There was this one scene where he pulls one out and he's like, this is what they say we should use now, and the guy laughed at him because it was still new. So I thought it was really cool to see that from the 80s. It was definitely a very emotional movie and a movie that I highly recommend. One movie that I forgot to talk about last time was Private Romeo, and it's like my all-time favorite gay movie, so I don't know why I didn't talk about it. And it follows the story of Romeo and Juliet, but it takes place in like modern day in an all-boys military academy, and like two people from like two different houses or whatever fall in love. And the thing that's cool about it is that it uses the script from Romeo and Juliet. So like 95% of it is actually spoken like the Shakespeare script. So I thought it was pretty cool, and I watch it like all the time. I've seen it like 6 or 7 times. So sometimes I watch it and I like pull up the play and like read along with it. It's not the whole thing. It doesn't go from beginning to end the whole play, but it's pretty damn cool. I love it. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Please comment if you have any movies or music that you think I should watch or I should listen to, because that'd be great. I love discovering new things all the time. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.